The government's trying to claim the event isn't supernatural.
We don't want a panic. We don't want mass hysteria.
Get out of the city! Get out of the city! I will kick the unliving crap out of you! And you!
Alright guys, so I got to watch an advanced screening of Ghostbusters yesterday, and yes, I'm going to give out my review. I know my movie days are usually 2 to 3 minutes long, but this one's about 50 seconds long because I didn't want to record too much because 1, it was a screening, and 2, I know that there's going to be a lot to talk about this movie. So Ghostbusters. So Ghostbusters is obviously a reboot to the original Ghostbusters, and you know, in this movie we kind of forget that Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2 ever happened. So what basically happens this movie, you know, New York is in trouble by a ghost. It's kind of being haunted, and you know, we have these 4 Ghostbusters, who is played by Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy, Leslie Jones, and Kate McKinnon. They're the 4 Ghostbusters, and their receptionist Kevin, who's played by Chris Hemsworth, and you know, he's basically the dumbest character in this movie. And you know, I can't say much without getting into full spoilers for this review, but you know, it's basically everything that you could expect from the title of a movie called Ghostbusters. And you know, I'm going to be completely honest, the trailers, they weren't amazing, but at least they kind of had some enjoyment into them, at least for me. But you know, when I saw the first trailer, I was like, okay, this is okay. I'm just gonna wait for another trailer and wait till the movie actually comes out to completely judge it. Ghostbusters is the most controversial movie of the summer, and even Paul Feig, the director of this movie, noticed that his movies don't trailer out well, including this movie. One thing that bothers me about this movie is that people are already, well, not the movie, but you know, people surrounding it, so that people are already planning to hate this movie. And trust me, I know people that are already hating on this movie even though they never seen it. So if you plan to hate this movie even though you haven't seen the movie yet, then you know, if you already plan to hate it, then you'll have to admit after watching the movie you at least like something about this movie, and you can't completely hate it for that. And you know, again, I've been seeing comments saying this movie is the worst piece of shit ever produced. I haven't even seen the movie yet, but I could already tell it's gonna be bad. Can you not? Can you please say your opinion after you actually watch the movie? Please just do us a favor and shut your mouth till you actually see the movie by itself. I know this is kind of a weird move for my videos, but I'm going to disable the likes and dislikes to this video because I know this review is going to be quite positive for what it is. And I know I've been seeing reviews that are positive for Ghostbusters, and it's been getting a lot of dislikes. And you know, I take time to review these movies, and I might also disable the comments. I'm not too sure, but you know, I do want to hear your guys' opinion on this movie if you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, then don't even bother. But yeah, I've been ranting too much about people already judging the movie before they've seen it, so let's get to the movie itself. So before anything, this screening was not in 3D, sadly. It was only in 2D. But you know, that's okay, because knowing that for what I watched, I'm going to be watching this movie again in IMAX 3D, hopefully on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and I'll be making a review, a movie day on that, so you guys could watch, so I could tell you guys whether the IMAX 3D is worth it or not. But first off, Ghostbusters, the 4 new female Ghostbusters, again, Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy, Kate McKinnon, and Leslie Jones, they're fantastic together. We've really had a lot of chemistry with Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy's characters, and I thought that they already bonded together in Bridesmaids, but I think that they had some type of connection in this movie that I just can't really point out. And you know, Kate McKinnon, even though she did feel a little bit off guard in some scenes this movie, I thought that she did a good job bringing the comedic parts into this movie, and same for Leslie Jones. She definitely did have some good moments in this movie, and I thought that she was, you know, I was judging by trailers thinking that she was going to be the most annoying thing in this movie, but she was not. She really, the only scene that, you know, I already seen it in the trailer 1,000 times, the scene where she slaps Melissa McCarthy, you know, the power of petty compels you, or whatever, that scene was basically the only part that, you know, you could find her annoying, but other than that, I thought that she did really good in this movie. And the direction that Paul Feig did for this movie, I thought he, you know, trying to make a new Ghostbusters movie, I think he did a really good job. So I do actually congratulate Paul for that. And, you know, he actually had some type of, you know, he was kind of brave to actually reboot a already famous franchise. No matter all the hate, I do congratulate him for that. So, yeah. The special effects in this movie, I thought they were done really well. Unlike in trailers, in the trailer it looked a little bit too cartoony, but actually watching this movie, I like how they didn't go for a more serious ghost. You know, I like how their special effects didn't look like too realistic on the ghost, because even though the ghost did look too goofy and cartoony sometimes, it did actually fit in with the tone and the mood of the movie. And in the whole entire movie, both the tone and the special effects reminded me of another movie that came out by Sony last year called Goosebumps. I'm sure you guys probably already seen Goosebumps, and it's a really entertaining movie for what it is. And in my opinion, Goosebumps still a better movie, but it did have that Goosebumps vibe into it, because, you know, it just had that CGI and that, you know, tone. And the score was fantastic in this movie. I just love the score. Probably one of the best things in the whole entire movie. Whoever did the score, I'm not too sure who did it, but whoever did it, also, they pat on the back for him or her, because that person did a real good job doing the score for this movie. And I thought that the score, unlike other movies I've seen, I remember seeing a movie, I just can't remember which one it was, where the score felt out of place in the background. And in this movie, they actually put the score when it needs to be put. And, you know, I'm not sure if you know what I'm talking about, but when they put the score, it's necessary, and it actually feels like it needs to be there for background music. So the score is just fantastic in this movie. Now with the cameos, there's a lot of cameos to begin with, and a lot of the cameos feel forced and feel really forced into this movie. And really, the only cameos that we really needed were from the original Ghostbusters cast. And in fact, we have every single Ghostbusters from the original movie, of course, except Harold Ramis, who sadly passed away a few years back. But the other three that we still have here, they all play, whether it's a small role or just a funny cameo or just kind of part of the storyline. Because trust me, one of them plays into the storyline with this movie. They're all in there, and you know, I thought that they did a good job handling the cameos, in particular with the Ghostbusters, because the other cameos kind of felt unnecessary, probably for the sequel, because it does lead up to the sequel. Hopefully they could just not do that much cameos and fix the cameos a little bit more by not putting in too much, or not forcing them too much into the sequel, hopefully. And, you know, stay after the credits, because there is a after credit scene for this movie. It's short, but it's interesting, again, leading to a sequel, and the end credits are pretty creative too. And what can I say about Ghostbusters? I'm sure it was really funny, it did good. This movie was entertaining throughout, not one time I was bored. Anyways, can't wait to see this again this week in IMAX 3D, and I'll give more thoughts on it. Other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.